All-in championship finale of the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track, but tonight we're here in New Jersey as you're getting a good look at our drone shot here on FloRacing. Welcome to all of you watching at home, and welcome to all of you here in the grandstands as well, as Kubota Highland Racing makes its return here to Bridgeport for the first time since 2023. My name is Chase Rodman. We'll be joined later on by Tony Laporta down in the infield. Let's take a look at the weather forecast, which is going to be a pretty big subject on the night. There's been a couple of raindrops falling from the sky earlier on today, and there is more in the forecast, but we're going to try and make our way through the program quickly. That is why things have been moving up a whole hour here tonight. 78 degrees, 6-mile-per-hour winds, and of course those overcast clouds, which we are hoping do not drop any of that wet stuff for the rest of the night. Here is the order of events from what you're going to be seeing here on the racetrack tonight. It's all Kubota Highland Racing all the time. Hot laps and qualifying, first thing out there on the racetrack. Each driver will qualify for 2 laps. Their best lap will set them up for one of our 3 heat races, which will be 8 laps in distance, and 6 cars will transfer out of the heat races, with 2 going to the dash, which will be 7 laps. Then the B main will be 12 laps. Then we'll have the Durst Ice Roll, of course, and finish things off with an A main 30-lap feature paying $12,000 to win here at the Bridgeport Motorsports Park. Here are the track facts about Bridgeport. It was opened back in 1951, and I'll tell you, this track has been through several reconfigurations, at least 2 or 3, but they've now settled on this 0.4 of a mile configuration. The track record set back on October 3rd of 2023 by Buddy Kofoid at a 12.387 second lap time. And so we'll see with these kind of overcast conditions if we can get anywhere near that track record set by Buddy Kofoid 2 years ago. Here are the odds for tonight's racing event. If you would like to partake, which you'll have to check by going to nxtbets.com/playhlr. New Jersey could certainly be a place where you can wager on the races here for real cash. Here are the odds for tonight. Rico Abreu is the favorite at +123. Aaron Reitzel at +273. Brad Sweet at +400. Dason Persley at +900. You got Justin Sanders at just below +1,000 there. Peck over 1,000. Ryan Timms is here, the Knoxville Nationals champion, at +1,550. And Giovanni Selzy, he is the Rodman risk for tonight. Just came off his best finish behind the wheel, the Clausen Marshall 7BC, a second-place run at the Four Crown Nationals. He has won here at Bridgeport in the past, and that car has won here with Tyler Courtney behind the wheel as well. So I'm feeling good about Giovanni Selzy potentially getting the win tonight and becoming the 18th different driver to win a feature in 2025 with Kubota Highland Racing. Now, Tony Laporta, I don't see you down in the infield. You must be hiding out somewhere. You got some secret spot around Bridgeport. Where are you hanging out at right now?
Chase, you're right. I'm not in the infield here at Bridgeport. As you can see behind me, you've got the whole pit area. I am elevated. I am on top of what they call here at Bridgeport Mount Rodman. It's very, very tall, little difficult to work with. It gives us this great viewpoint of the pit area with all of our full-time high rollers stretched behind us. Like they say in The Lion King, everything the light touches is a part of the kingdom. Hey, Kingdom of Speed, look what I did right there. Rico Abreu comes into tonight with Kubota High Limit Racing holding a 72-point advantage over defending series and 6-time defending National Sprint Car champion Brad Sweet. Rico Abreu in pursuit of his first ever Drivers' Championship, because this is only his 2nd year in his long career of chasing points and following a tour since his NASCAR days way back before COVID, when Abreu was a fixture on the then probably NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Tyler Burnett and the boys over at FloRacing made a really cool piece talking about the Drivers' Championship fight. Rico Abreu, Brad Sweet, the head-to-head competition we've been enjoying all season long here at Kubota High Limit Racing. I shared it once already on Twitter. Chase, I don't know if you follow me or not, so in case you didn't see it, let's check that out now.
If you ask most sprint car drivers, points racing is for the birds. It's the same for those on the wrenches as well.
When you're picking and choosing, you know, you can kind of let your balls hang out. When guys are points racing, they're more calculated on what they're going to do.
That's Hall of Fame sprint car crew chief Ricky Warner. He's amassed 10 titles with the World of Outlaws in his career, working with Donnie Schatz, and knows a little bit about points racing.
You know, that's part of maturing and knowing when to push and when not to push, but keep a steady pace that you have good finishes and win races.
His current driver is Rico Abreu. Rico is arguably the most popular sprint car driver in the entire world. He's won 11 races in 2025 with Kubota High Limit Racing, a career high in only his second point season in a sprint car. Rico has impressively taken control of the title fight in 2025, stretching his gap of 72 points over Brad Sweet in the driver's title. How has he done it? By not caring about points, just winning.
The final time, for the 11th time this year, he's a winner with Kubota High-Limit Racing. It's Rico Abreu in the 4 crowd.
And I've just really tried to stay consistent with my mentality through it all, and that's winning the race. And that's what's gotten me to this point. And I just continue to focus on winning the races. We've won 16 races this year out of 56 of them. So my team, knows how to take care of business. It's just a matter of continuing to get us in position, and then just being relentlessness. That mentality of fighting and fighting and fighting for each position, and racing the racetrack and racing the guy in front of you. And I just continue to stay focused on those things.
Both Rico Abreu and Ricky Warner will both tell you taking down the Kubota High Limit title will not be easy the remainder of the month. This thing is not over. How could you count out the big cat? He's won 6 straight national sprint car titles against the greatest competition in the world, including Donnie Schatz and Ricky Warner. And remarkably, despite DNFs and injury, crew changes, Brad Sweet once again has Kasey Kahne Racing right there. But is the driver's title slipping?
I've been in these situations, and I've been in their shoes where we've been able to step up, when it matters, and we've always had that extra little trick up our sleeve, or, bailed ourselves out. And this year, the situation we're in with the crew, the young crew, and just kind of, we're working hard, we're trying hard. But I feel like Ricky and Rico, like you said, they're on a different level, and then you have Aaron and his package. They're just a little bit better. And so obviously it would take some luck on our end probably at this point, but we're not going to give up.
I'll say for certain, no one in the entire pit area has looked past Brad Sweet and Kasey Kahne Racing. They've earned the right to say the title goes through them. But can Sweet make up the 72-point gap? It'll be fun to find out together. The owner's title in 2025 with Kubota High Limit Racing is something we must watch as the season winds down as well. Due to the injuries of Aaron Reitzel at Eldora and, of course, Tyler Courtney in the same week, how could you also not be enamored with Aaron Reitzel's season of adversity and triumph? Ridge & Sons Racing, a team that Reitzel has helped build with blood, sweat, and tears over the years, sits only 28 points back of Rico Abreu Racing with just 7 races remaining.
I would love it nothing more for Brian and Lisa Ridge. They truly deserve it. It's coming down. It's going to come down to the end. It's going to be cool. I mean, hopefully it don't come down to one big mishap or something, but we just try to stay on our A game and do everything we can, and hopefully we can come home with it.
With the speed that car has shown all year long and the fire that Reitzel is driving with, they have a shot to track down Rico Abreu Racing in the owner's points and cement a legacy with Kubota High Limit Racing for years to come.
Abreu wins with Reitzel, a photo finish at the line. Wow.
Cool shot right there from our are looking at the pit area of that Myers Rico Abreu Racing number 24. Rico Abreu has raced here at Bridgeport twice before, a 7th place finish with the World of Outlaws back in 2022, and then victorious here with Kubota High Limit Racing when he started on the pole position and won back in 2023. Rico Abreu, 72 points out in front of Brad Sweet. Tyler Burnett said it so well in that piece. Nobody is completely counting out the big cat when you look at what Brad has done between World of Outlaws and Kubota High Limit Racing competition and how good of a points racer he really is. It'd be foolish of you to take Brad Sweet out of the occasion with 6 races following the completion of tonight. Fun little note, Ricky Warner gave us a great interview. You can see that whole interview in this past week's episode of the High Limit Room. Turns out his mom watches the High Limit Room. She did not love the phrase that Ricky Warner used when talking about not points racing. You can let your hang out and go run where you want. So if Ricky Warner's mom watches weekly coverage of the High Limit Room, you should as well. You can watch each week of the High Limit Room with Chase Rodman, Brian Walker, and myself. Really great interview with Ricky Warner. Head over to FloRacing on YouTube. Of course, it's on your Flow account if you are a subscriber, and look up the High Limit Room. Ricky Warner gave me a lot of time, and it was a very insightful interview. Really enjoyed getting to talk to the man who calls the shots on the setup of Rico Abreu's number 24. That'll do it for hot laps, or I'm sorry, engine heat here. Don't go anywhere, folks. When we come back live here on Flow Dirt Draft Hot Laps getting set to begin, it's Kubota High Limit Racing and their lone trip to New Jersey. We'll be back here in just a few moments.
Cars on track now for the first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night here at the Bridgeport Motorsports Park. And there you see the driver that will go out for first in qualifying tonight. He is out of Clute, Texas, driving the Fulkins Brothers Trucking Power Plus STC Global American Table Bargain Barn. Number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel. Aaron Reitzel in the 87. And just behind him, from Jonestown, Pennsylvania, the Moose's LZ Bar and Grill, Heavy Equipment, C&D Rigging, Class 1, make that Milton Hershey School. Number 3Z, it's Brock Zierfoss. Brock Zierfoss in the 3Z. And from Lincoln University, Pennsylvania, the Bush Auto Group, Fast Track Trucking, Stevie Carr, Betts Garage, number 5R, it's Tyler Ross. Tyler Ross in the 5R. And making his first 410 start of the season from Bridgeton, New Jersey, and the M&M Housing, JC Fabrication, Apollo Pre-Owned, Betts Garage, number 00, Kyle Spence. Kyle Spence in the 00. And the leading Rookie of the Year contender with Kubota High Limit Racing rolls onto the front stretch now from Locust Grove, Oklahoma. The Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, Juniata Concrete, number 13. It's Dason Pursley. Dason Pursley in the 13. And a winner last night at the Williams Grove Speedway. From Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrew Equipment Auctions, Baps Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19, Brent Marks. Brent Marks in the 19. And your final driver in this first session from Rising Sun, Maryland, in the A1 Mulch Rapid Tire Arts Custom Machine, the Frozen Farmer, number 27H, Steven Snyder Jr. Green flag comes out on the first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. It's the return to Bridgeport for High Limit, the first time in 2 years. So far, the fastest driver is Aaron Reitzel, a 13.022. Brent Marks just behind him. Now Pursley goes up to second quick, and now Marks, the first driver, into the 12-second bracket at 12.900. Reitzel goes to a 12.753 on his third time by. So the fastest driver in session number 1 is Aaron Reitzel. The lap time is a 12.753. Brent Marks in second at 12.900. Tyler Ross in third, a 13.007. And then Dason Persley fourth, a 13.042. And Brock Zierfoss completed the top 5. His lap time a 13.136, with Steven Snyder Jr. and Kyle Spence the rest of the running order after that first group of hot laps here this evening. Those drivers will hang a right off the backstretch and get themselves prepared for Capital Custom Trailer qualifying, one of the most important parts of the night. Before we got that, we got 2 more sessions, or make that 3 more sessions of hot laps to go here this evening. If you don't know what Dirt Draft is, it's an app you can download on your phone, either the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. And if you download the Dirt Draft app, you make an account, you get to play against hundreds of other people across the world and across the country, and you pick a 5-driver lineup with a set salary cap of $100,000. As long as you pick 5 drivers that stay under that $100,000 salary cap and you run well, your drivers do very good, you'll earn points in the speed shop where you can buy tickets to races, you could buy FloRacing subscriptions, you could buy all kinds of great stuff on there as well. So check out Dirt Draft in the App Store if you do not have it already. Here comes the second session of hot laps, and the first car you see on your screen, and the current series point leader out of St. Helena, California, the Red Wine Express, Rico Abreu, Kerbag Racing, Whiskey Myers, Weiser Agency, Carmen Trucking, number 24, Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in the 24. And lined up next to him, one of our Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders. He is from Apollo, Pennsylvania, driving the Motorsports Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting Coating, Mountain Mechanical, MAV Motorsports, number 42. It's Cy Lynch. Cy Lynch in the 42. And also out there on the racetrack from Monrovia, Indiana, driving the Skagit Speedway Race Redeem Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Realty, Routine Management, number 26. It's Justin Peck. Justin Peck in the 26. And the DJ of the night rolls onto the front stretch now. He is from Northport, Florida, driving the Global Link, Moxie Sports Advisors, NRC Truck Conversions, Tar Heel Property Group, Easter Metal Signs, number 24D, the Florida man, Danny Sams III. Danny Sams in the 24D. And from Berlin, New Jersey, it's the Body Shop by DeEva, Primo Hoagies, Open Wheel Titanium, number 85 of Ricky DeEva. Ricky DeEva in the 85. From York, Pennsylvania, driving the Mountain Ridge Metals, Hohenschelt Welding, Traco Manufacturing, GL Capital, number 23. That is Chase Dietz. Chase Dietz in the 23. And the final car on the track for this session from Mertztown, Pennsylvania, the Vital Options Medical Marijuana, ASF Motorsports, Ryan Taylor Graphics, CP Carrillo, number 20, Ryan Taylor. Ryan Taylor in the number 20. Green flag comes out on our second group of Dirt Draft hot laps tonight at the Bridgeport Motorsports Park. See, it looks like it's getting a little bit rough down there into turn 1. Saw Rico Abreu's car on our FloRacing camera shot, kind of bouncing around on that end of the speedway. Cy Lynch is third quick. Rico goes to second quick at a 12.772. Danny Sams is up to third. Justin Peck now up to the third spot. And on his final time by the start-finish line, he goes to the top of the board. Rico Abreu, now the fastest driver so far at 12.747 seconds. Aaron Reitzel still in second. Justin Peck third at a 12.776. Danny Sams in fourth at a 12.790. And Brent Marks from Group 1 is still in the fifth position, with Cy Lynch, Tyler Ross, Dason Persley, Chase Dietz, and Brock Zierfoss the rest of the drivers that are inside the top 10 so far. Rico Abreu, the fastest so far. We mentioned that we haven't mentioned it yet, but he was the winner with Highland Racing here 2 years ago, the only series visit prior to tonight. Had a great battle that night with Buddy Kofoid and Kyle Larson, came out on top. as the second session of drivers will make their way back to the pit area to make final adjustments before their qualifying efforts, as session number 3 is set to appear on the backstretch now. The first driver in the third practice session. He's making his Highland Racing debut tonight out of Lewis, Delaware. The Capital Renegade Custom Trailers, Easy Go Golf Carts, Betts Garage. Number 91, Preston Latimus. Preston Latimus in the 91. And from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the Weikert's Livestock, SpeedwayCars.com, York Excavating RV 4-wheel drive. Number 48, Double D, Danny Dietrich. Danny Dietrich in the 48. And from Fresno, California, driving the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Cars, Brandt Professional Agriculture, Gainbridge. Number 7 BC, it's Hot Sauce, Giovanni Selzy. Giovanni Selzy in the 7 BC. From Lubbock, Texas, driving the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Cretan Landis, ShopTruckParts.com, FieldPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, number 5. That is 19-year-old Brenham Crouch. Brenham Crouch in the number 5. Making his way off of turn number 4 now from Minden, Nevada, in the JST Motorsports, the Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maxima Racing Oils, number 88, Tanner Thorson. Tanner Thorson in the 88. And from Warrington, Pennsylvania, driving the Karma Industrial Services, Bloss Plumbing, Glendale Labradors, A.H. Cornell & Son, number 55, it's Dominic Malaire. Dominic Malaire in the 55. And from Aromas, California, driving the Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, SynCal Services, S&J Lumber, Tally Sander Engineering, number 14. It's Justin Sanders. Justin Sanders in the 14. Those are the drivers that are in the third of 4 Dirt Draft Hot Lap sessions here tonight. Getting a look at Justin Sanders on your screen. Was a 4th place finisher here with Highland Racing 2 years ago. That was the night that Rico Abreu won that I mentioned a moment ago. Sanders driving the Macri 39M that night to a top 5 finish against Ty Limit. And there is the young Preston Latimus getting up to speed in the Kyle Reinhardt 91. Of course, Latimus making his way up through the micro ranks, ran a little bit of non-wing USAC East Coast sprint cars as well. And jumping into the 410 full-time this year out here in central Pennsylvania, making his high limit debut tonight. As Brenham Crouch gets up to speed as well in the CJB Motorsports number 5. See if anybody can top the lap time set by Rico Abreu at 12.747. So far, the fastest is Giovanni Selzy. He's only up to 5th quick, however, at a 12.819. Goes better on his second time by. Danny Dietrich into the top 10. He's 7th quick at a 12.964. As the yellow flag is displayed to these drivers. Looks like Giovanni Selzy will be the fastest in the 3rd session and 5th quick overall at a 12.819, 12819. It's Rico Abreu, Aaron Reitzel, Justin Peck, Danny Sams, and Gio Selzy in the top 5, followed by Brent Marks, Danny Dietrich, Cy Lynch, Tyler Ross, and Dason Pursley, with one more group of hot laps left to run before we get into Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Don't forget, tomorrow night we are up in Spring Run, Pennsylvania at the Path Valley Speedway Park. And from what we have gathered over the last 24 hours, we're expecting nearly 40 cars to show up for that one at Path Valley tomorrow night. Going to be a fantastic show, and we could see a couple of the World of Outlaws drivers as well to challenge the high rollers on the small, tight confines of Path Valley tomorrow night. Final session of drivers being pushed onto the speedway now, and the first one is from Medford, New Jersey, in the Mid-Atlantic Transportation, J.G. Cronenberger Milky Way Restaurant, RBH Group number 67. It's Justin Whittall. Justin Whittall in the 67. From Harding, Pennsylvania, driving the C&D Rigging Mechanical Service Company, White Bread Enterprises, Slade Shocks, number 79. It's Jordan Thomas. Jordan Thomas in the 79. And the 2025 Knoxville Nationals champion rolls onto the speedway as well. From Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and the Hample Oil, Joel Pigeon Trucking, Raw Machinery, CP Mining and Excavating number 10, it's Ryan Timms. Ryan Timms in the number 10. And making his Bridgeport debut tonight from East Berlin, Pennsylvania, in the Brewer Home Improvements, J Fuels, Big Appraisals, Griffith Plumbing, number 95, Cody Hartlob. Cody Hartlob in the 95. From Newtown, Pennsylvania, driving the Thompson Motor Service, IGA Middleburg, 410 Enterprises, Fire and Safety Services, number 11, it's Mikey Thompson. Mikey Thompson in the number 11. And another Rookie of the Year contender rolls onto the front stretch now out of Waco, Texas, and the all-by-year alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flat Rock Ranch, Trex Decking, number 9. It's the quickest chicken, Chase Randall. Chase Randall in the number 9. And the defending series champion rolls down the front stretch as well from Grass Valley, California. The Napa Auto Parts, Brumos Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory Cane, Curry Pro Solutions, number 49, the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. Brad Sweet in the 49. Those are the drivers in our final Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. The time to beat, a 12.747 set by Rico Abreu, as there is a look at Ryan Timms getting up to speed now. Timms, fresh off of the Jackson Nationals win in Minnesota last weekend. Nice payday there with the IRA Sprint cars, and now Timms returns to Bridgeport, a place he has been in the past with Highland was 13th here 2 years ago. Justin Whittle is a former winner here back in 2024, a non-sanctioned event here at Bridgeport Motorsports Park. Fastest driver in this session is Jordan Thomas. Now it's Ryan Timms, and now it's Brad Sweet. Sweet jumps into the top 5 at a 12.778. Whittle, Thomas, and Timms all in the top 10. So that will do it for Hot Laps here tonight. Brad Sweet in that final group was 4th quickest overall. The lap time was a 12.778. But your fastest driver overall in Hot Laps tonight is Rico Abreu in car number 24. His lap time was a 12.747, followed by Aaron Reitzel in second, a 12.753. Justin Peck in third, a 12.776. And then Brad Sweet, as we mentioned, a 12.778, and Danny Sams completing the top 5 at a 12.790. So 5 drivers right there in that 12.7 second bracket. Giovanni Scelzi, Justin Whittle, Jordan Thomas, Ryan Timms, and Brett Marks, the 10 fastest drivers in Hot Laps. Looks like a little bit of an issue here for Ryan Timms as he came to a stop on the front straightaway, and he will need the assistance of a push vehicle to get him back to the pit area and make those final adjustments before we get into qualifying. Qualifying with Highlander Racing every single night is brought to you by the folks at Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches. They are the #1 Renegade Toter Home dealers and the #1 Intech trailer dealers. No one sells more Toter Homes or Intech trailers than Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches. If you're in the market for a Toter Home or a trailer, trust the people that are there in the pits with you and that support the sport. Check out their complete lineup at www.capitalrenegade.com. And don't forget, there is a Capital Renegade booth set up outside behind the main grandstands here. They've got a really nice coach back there to check out, and that one is for sale if you'd like to go back there and take a look at it. Great to have our friends from Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches here in the house tonight at Bridgeport Motorsports Park. Getting Ryan Timms cleared off the back straightaway, then we'll get into qualifying here momentarily. Should be 2 cars on the track at the same time for qualifying. They will go 2 laps around the speedway, and their best lap time will set them up for a heat race later on. The track record set by Buddy Kofoid on October 3rd of 2023. The lap time is a 12.387 second time. Just to put that into perspective, we're about 0.4 of a second off after hot laps this evening. So a little bit off the pace of the track record, but maybe find a little bit more speed here going into qualifying and get a little bit closer to that 12.387. Got a few more things to button up here before we send our first 2 cars onto the track. 28 of them here tonight. Should not take too much time at all to roll right through this. as that is what our game plan is all night here at Bridgeport, is to get this one in the books, because we do have some weather coming in later on in the evening, and that is why we started an hour earlier tonight. Here come your first two qualifiers onto the racetrack. From Clute, Texas, driving the Fulton Brothers Trucking Power Plus STC Global American Table Bargain Bar number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel. And from Jonestown, Pennsylvania, the Moose's LZ Bar and Grill, Heavy Equipment C&D Rigging, Milton Hershey School number 3, Z Brock Zierfoss. Lap 1 for Reitzel is a 12.677, 12.677. Best lap we've seen so far tonight. Lap 1 for Zierfoss is a 13.276, 13.276. Aaron Reitzel, lap number 2 is better. It's a 12.570, 12.570. Aaron Reitzel shows the way after 2 cars. Zierfoss is better on lap 2. It's a 12.973, 12.973, but Aaron Reitzel sets the bar at a 12.570 after 2 cars in Capital Renegade Custom Trailer and Coaches qualifying. Here come your next two qualifiers. Next up from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Pella Avanti Windows Indoors Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design. Shooting out of concrete, number 13, here is Dason Pursley. And from Lincoln University, Pennsylvania, the Bush Auto Group, Fast Track Trucking, Stevie Carr, Betts Garage. Number 5R, it's Tyler Ross. Tyler Ross on the 5R, Dason Pursley in the 13. Lap 1 for Pursley is second quick. It's a 12.782, 12.782. Tyler Ross, his first lap is third quick, a 12.903, 12.903. Dason Pursley, lap number 2, better. It's a 12.683, 12.683. And for Tyler Ross on lap number 2, he is better as well. It's a 12.846. Second for Pursley and third for Ross after 4 cars, with Reitzel still showing the way. The lap time, once again, a 12.570. We know Reitzel has been outstanding in qualifying all season long, so no surprise to see him at the top of the speed charts when he's the first car out there, as we now roll into our next 2 drivers. Just picking up a win last night at Williams Grove. Here is Brent Marks from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, and the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrew Equipment Auctions, Bass Paint, Livewire Customs number 19. And also on the track with him from Rising Sun, Maryland, the A1 Mulch Rapid Tire, Arts Custom Machine, the Frozen Farmer number 27H, it's Steven Snyder Jr. Lap 1 for Marks is third quick. It's a 12.801, 12.801. Steven Snyder Jr., his first time by the line is going to be 6th quick. It's a 13.8, make that 13.087. Lap 2 for Brent Marks is better. It's a 12.689, 12.689, still third quick for Brent Marks. And lap number 2 for Steven Snyder is better as well. It's a 13.037, 13.037, 6th quick for Steven Snyder, and third quick for Brent Marks in the 19. All the drivers will park in the infield at the conclusion of their qualifying runs to help smooth things out as far as the entering and the exiting of the track, which is the same gap there in the back straightaway. So that is why you see the cars pulling into the infield at the conclusion of their qualifying runs. Here is the current series point leader to qualify now from St. Helena, California, the Red Line Express. Rico Abreu, Kerr Bagajanian Racing, Whiskey Myers, Weiser Agency, Carmen Trucking number 24. It's Rico Abreu. And also on the track from Bridgeton, New Jersey, and the M&M Housing, JC Fabrication, Apollo Pre-Owned, Betts Garage, 00, Kyle Spence. Lap 1 for Rico, second quick, a 12.667, 12.667. Kyle Spence, lap number 1 is 8th quick, it's a 13.166. And for Rico on lap number 2, he'll slow down to a 12.732, 12.732. His first lap better at 12.667. And Kyle Spence on lap number 2, better on the lap time, stays 8th quick, a 13.102, 13.102, 8th quick for Kyle Spence, and 2nd quick for Rico Abreu in the 24. Eight cars have qualified, 20 remain. And after qualifying, we'll get things going quickly and get into opening ceremonies and then into our heat races and the rest of the racing program. As you see Rico sitting there on your screen, the scales located on the infield, the back straightaway. Next qualifier, he is from Monrovia, Indiana. Behind the wheel of the Skagit Speedway, Raise Your Name Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Realty, Rudy Management, number 26, here is Justin Peck. And from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Osiris Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting Coating, Mountain Mechanical, MAV Motorsports 42, Cy Lynch. Lap 1 for Peck is 6 quick. It's a 12.920, 12.920. Cy Lynch off of turn number 4. His first lap is going in the books, and it's 10th quick, a 13.260. Justin Peck, lap number 2, will slow down to a 13.010. The first lap better by about a tenth of a second at 12.920. And Cy Lynch, lap number 2 for him is going to go up to 9th quick, a 13.073. 13.073. 9th quick for Cy Lynch, and P6 on the board for Justin Peck in the number 26 car. That leaves us with 10 down and 18 remaining to put a time into the books. Aaron Reitzel still showing the way at a 12.570, followed by Abreu, Pursley, Marks, and Ross. Next 2 qualifiers getting up to speed now. From Mertztown, Pennsylvania, the Vital Options Medical Marijuana, ASF Motorsports, Ryan Taylor Graphics, CP Corolla number 20 of Ryan Taylor. And from Northport, Florida, the Global Lake Moxie Sports Advisors, NRC Truck Conversions, Tar Heel Property Group, Easter Metal Sign 24D, Danny Sams III. Lap 1 for Ryan Taylor. He is 11th quick at a 13.169. Lap 1 for Danny Sams, 5th quick, 12.798, 12.798. Lap number 2 for Ryan Smith, make that Ryan Taylor 8th quick, a 12.945, 12.945. Danny Sams, lap number 2, 2nd quick, 12.620, 12.620. Nice lap by the Florida man. P2 on the board in his Bridgeport Motorsports Park debut tonight. Getting on the racetrack now, qualifying. And in Berlin, New Jersey, it's the body shop by DeEva. Primo Hoagie's open wheel titanium number 85 of Ricky DeEva. And also qualifying from York, Pennsylvania, and the Mountain Ridge Metals, Hohenschel Welding, Traco Manufacturing, GL Capital number 23, it's Chase Dietz. Chase Dietz in the 23, Ricky DeEva in the 85. DeEva on lap 1 is 13 quick. It's a 13.440, 13.440. Chase Dietz lap 1, 7th quick, 12.884, 12.884. Ricky DeEva on lap number 2. He will improve on lap time, but stays 14th quick, a 13.393. And Chase Dietz lap 2, 6th quick, 12.790, 12.790. Up to 6th quick for Chase Dietz. Meanwhile, Ricky DeEva is 14th overall out of the 14 cars that have taken a time thus far in Capital Renegade Custom Chosen Coaches time trials. And that officially marks the halfway signal of qualifying. 14 drivers in and 14 to go. Next up from Minden, Nevada, driving the JST Motorsports, the Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maximo Racing Oils, number 88. Here is Tanner Thorson. And making his high-level racing debut tonight from Lewis, Delaware, the Capital Renegade, Easy Go Golf Carts, Betts Garage, number 91. It's Preston Latimus. Preston Latimus in the 91, Tanner Thorson in the 88. Thorson, lap 1, he'll be 12th quick at a 13.067, 13.067. Preston Latimus, lap 1, 15th overall, a 13.141, 13.141, gets very close to the wall on turn 2. Lap 2 for Thorson, up to 11th quick on lap 2, 13.016. And for Latimus, lap 2, he will slow down to a 13.371. His first lap faster at 13.141 seconds. 15th for Latimus and 11th for Thorson. So it's Reitzel, now Danny Sams to 2nd, Rico Aber in 3rd, Dason Pursley 4th, and Brent Marks in 5th, followed by Chase Dietz, Tyler Ross, Justin Peck, Ryan Taylor, and Brock Zierfoss. From Aromas, California, driving the Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, Sincal Services, S&J Lumber, Tally, Sander Engineering number 14. Here is Justin Sanders. And from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the Weikert's Livestock, SpeedwayCars.com, York Excavating, RV 4-wheel drive 48, Danny Dietrich. Lap 1 for Sanders, he'll be 8th quick at a 12.911, 12.911. Danny Dietrich, lap 1, 12th quick overall, a 12.977, 12.977. Justin Sanders, lap number 2, better, but still 8th quick, 12.848. Danny Dietrich, lap number 2, up to 7th quick, a 12.814, 12.814. 7th quick for Dietrich and 9th overall for Justin Sanders in the 14. So both of those drivers jumping into the top 10. Clearly still some speed in the racetrack to be found, as our next 2 qualifiers get onto the speedway now. From Fresno, California, it's the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Chosen Cards, Brand Professional Agriculture, Gamebridge. Number 7 BC, it's Hot Sauce, Giovanni Selzy. And from Lubbock, Texas, and the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Creek and Landis, ShopTruckParts.com, FieldPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, number 5, Brenham Crouch. Lap 1 for Selzy's 8th quick, a 12.838, 12.838. Crouch on lap number 1 is going to be 17th quick at a 13.074, 13.074. Gio, lap number 2 is going to be up to 6th quick now. Lap 2 is a 12.689. Lap number 2 for Brenham Crouch up to 14th quick at a 13.003, 13.003. 13th quick, make that 14th quick for Crouch and 6th quick for Selzy, with 8 more cars left to time trial. See if our next 2 drivers can find some speed out there on the racetrack. From Warrington, Pennsylvania, this is Dominic Malaire in the Karma Industrial Services, Bloss Plumbing, Glendale Labradors, A.H. Cornell and Son, number 55. And he is joined on the speedway by Jordan Thomas out of Harding, Pennsylvania, in the C&D Rigging Mechanical Service Company, White Bread Enterprises, Slade Shocks, number 79. Jordan Thomas, 79. Dominic Malaire, 55. Malaire on lap 1's 21st overall, a 13.693. Jordan Thomas, he's 18th quick on his first lap at a 13.085, 13.085. Dominic Malaire, lap number 2 for him is better on time, still 22nd quick. And for Jordan Thomas, up to 11th quick, 12.875, 12.875. 11th for Jordan Thomas and 22nd for Dominic Malaire in the 55. I don't think we've seen the end of somebody going into the top 5 here in qualifying. I think we'll see at least one more. That's my prediction for the rest of this as we continue on. Here's a former Bridgeport Motorsports Park feature winner. He is out of Medford, New Jersey in the Mid-Atlantic Transportation, J.G. Cronenberger, Milky Way Restaurant, RBH Group number 67. It's Justin Whittall. And from Newtown, Pennsylvania, the Thompson Motor Service, IGA Middleburg, 410 Enterprises, Fire and Safety Services, number 11, and Mikey Thompson. Lap 1 for Whittall, he's 11th quick now at a 12.856, 12.856. Mikey Thompson, lap 1, 20th quick, 13.079, 12, make that 13.079. Justin Whittall, lap number 2, he'll slow down to a 12.890, first lap better, 12.856. Mikey Thompson, lap 2, up to 16th quick on lap 2, a 12.990, 12.990, 16th for Thompson, and 11th for Whittall. Four more cars to qualify. Here come your next 2, led onto the speedway by the Tuscarora 50 champion this year with Kubota Highland Racing. From Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the Hample Oil, Joel Pitch and Trucking, Raw Machinery, CP Mining, and Excavating number 10, Ryan Timms has some problems. He pulls into the infield, and that will leave us with Chase Randall from Waco, Texas, and the All-By Your Alternative, Infamous St. Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Trex Decking number 9. So a problem for Timms, he pulls in. Chase Randall, lap 1 is 15th quick, a 12.965, 12.965 for the quickest chicken, who was 14th here 2 years ago with Highland Racing. On a streak of 3 top 10s in a row. Lap 2, 7th quick, 12.770, 12.770. 7th quick for Chase Randall. And Ryan Timms not able to get a lap in the books. We saw him have that problem at the end of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. I thought maybe it just popped out of gear or something, but clearly there was something more going on with the number 10 cars. He pulled to the infield, did not get a qualifying lap in. Your final two qualifiers now on the speedway from Grass Valley, California. The Napa Auto Parts, Brumos Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory King, Curry Pro Solutions number 49. Here is the Big Cat Brad Sweet. And from East Berlin, Pennsylvania, in the Brewer Home Improvements, J Fuels, Bigham Appraisals, Griffith Plumbing number 95, Cody Hartlob. Lap 1 for Sweet, 7th, quick 12.764. 12764. Cody Hartlob, he is 20th fast on lap 1, a 13.010, 13.010. Brad Sweet, lap number 2, 5th, quick 12.687, 12687. And for Cody Hartlob, up to 19th quick on lap 2 at a 12.994, 12994. And so that will do it for Capital Custom Trailer qualifying here tonight. Aaron Reitzel, your fastest driver overall this evening at a 12.570 second lap time. Danny Samson second, Rico Aber third, Dason Persley fourth, and Brad Sweet fifth. Brent Marks, Gio Selzy, Chase Randall, Chase Dietz, and Danny Dietrich. Your top 10 in qualifying tonight at Bridgeport Motorsports Park with Kubota High Limit Racing. As Reitzel, I've lost track of how many fast times he's got. It's up to nearly 10 on the season, at least 8. But he's got another one as he looks to track down Rico Abreu for that owner's title. For the rest of the season, there goes the Ridge & Sons Racing 87 back to the trailer, and they will prepare themselves for the first heat race of the night, which will be coming up after opening ceremonies, which will be coming up after this break here on FloRacing.
I'm Tanner Thorson. You're watching Kubota High Limit Racing on Flo.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local dealer is easier than ever. Find them with just a tap and contact them quickly for any assistance you need. Access comprehensive resources like how-to guides, owner's manuals, fault codes, maintenance schedules, and more. Everything you need to keep your Kubota running smoothly. Download the app today.
Race cars.
Laps to go. Corner number 4 at the line. Brandon over.
Capital Custom Trailers and Coaches. We are the #1 Renegade Toterhome dealer and the #1 Intech and Bravo Sprint Car Trailer dealer. No one sells more Toterhomes and Sprint Car Trailers than we do. Check out our complete lineup at capitalrenegade.com. If you're in the market for a Toterhome or a trailer, trust the people that are in the pits with you and that support the sport.
Winning doesn't just happen. You have to engineer it and make it better than it was the last time. Our engineers have the passion to create the parts you need, the way you need them to be, again and again and again. We've led this game for over 40 years, and we design, refine, and perfect every valve train part worthy of the winner's circle.
Since their 2001 inception, DMI Racing Components have changed the game. From open-wheel suspension, steering, and driveline components to their line of Bulldog quick change rears, they set the new standard for innovation, performance, and value. DMI and Bulldog products are backed by the best customer support in the industry with more than 150 years of race-winning experience. Let our experience help guide you to victory lane. We race, you race. Let's race together.
Did you see us at the High Limit West Coast Swing? You got a glimpse of the craftsmanship, the precision, the performance potential. Handcrafted in America, wedge carts are built by racers for racers. Engineered for speed, handling, and durability. From the West Coast Swing to your home track, when it's time to race, it's time to get the Wedge Edge.
Feel the buzz around. We want to race the best guys every night.
Whole different level.
This is the High Limit Room. It's the home of 24 high rollers.
I'm Tanner Thorson. You're watching Kubota High Limit Racing on Flow.
And welcome back to Bridgeport Motorsports Park with Kubota High Limit Racing. It is race number 45 out of 51 on the season. And unfortunately, we are in a little bit of a holding pattern here. There is not a very steady stream of rain coming out. It's kind of like some scattered drops here. So we're in a little bit of a holding pattern. We are foregoing our traditional fan fest that we have with High Limit in an effort to try and get this race program in as quickly as we can. But there is a little bit of a, some slight raindrops coming down, and we are not going to put the cars on the track when that is the case. But they're rolling the track in. We're getting everybody ready down there for opening ceremonies so that when we are ready, we can hit the go button and get underway. Let's take a look here, because we did not have time to do this earlier on, at the current driver point standings with High Limit Racing. We know that the driver points are pretty mixed up due to the entries of guys like Tyler Courtney, Aaron Reitzel, Brad Sweet missed a race as well. And so these are the driver points as of now. Sweet is 72 behind. The rest of the drivers not exactly looking like they're in a good spot to take down this championship. But Rico's in a spot right now to potentially unseat Brad Sweet from the top of a driver's championship for the first time in 6 years. You got Marks back there, Peck and Thorson in the top 5, and then Reitzel, Pursley, Crouch, Randall, and Lynch, the top 10 in the driver's standings. Now, let's take a look at the owner's point standings, which of course is what the money goes to. The franchise values are around these guys right here. Rico still holds the lead in that, but it is much closer between himself and the Ridge & Sons Racing 87, driven by Aaron Reitzel. 28 points separate them from winning the owner's title with the series and getting that big paycheck at the end of the year. The KKR 49, Brad Sweet is in 30, 72 behind, with Clausen Marshall 7 BC of Giovanni Scelzi, minus 160. Brent Marks in the 19 car are 205 back. And then it's Rudine Racing with Justin Peck, Rod Gross and Tanner Thorson, Tom Book and Jason Persley, Jason Myers and Justin Sanders / Corey Day, and the CJB 5 with Brenham Crouch. So definitely a lot different from, you know, just if you said one set of points. I mean, they're completely different from one to the next, as there's been some injuries with some of our drivers this year, unfortunately, and that has jumbled some things up here in 2025. Now, the last time that High Limit Racing was in action, in case you did not see it, was at the 4 Crown Nationals at Eldora Speedway, and it was another great battle out front between a couple of guys that are at the top of the High Limit Racing point standings. We are green.
And just like that, Field going to take off into turns 1 and 2. Reitzel immediately going to jump out to the race lead, slice it up for 3rd, 4th, and 5th right now as they work onto the back straightaway. Thorson down to the inside, going after 2nd now as they make their way around on lap number 1.
Tanner Thorson was 4th, come off at turn number 2, got back to that 2nd spot across the start-finish line as Aaron Reitzel shows the way. Big move out of Justin Peck, nearly clobbers the side of Brent Marks. Brent Marks gets by him and down to the inside of Tanner Thorson. Move Marks up to the P2 position. Marks slides himself in turns 3 and 4, open up the bottom of the racetrack for Tanner Thorson. He cannot get there, and Marks has that spot across the line.
Boy, Aaron Reitzel is immediately taken off of this thing. Marks in 2nd. Thorson trying to come back after him, not able to get there. Opens the door for Peck now, along with the 42 of Cy Lynch. Both drivers going to make their way by into turns 3 and 4. Lynch down to the bottom, has to wait on the car for a little bit. Peck going to have the advantage to the outside.
Got to keep the car pinned off at turn number 4. Can't let it float up too much. There's not much grip right there off the 4th corner. Here comes Gio Scelzi. He tries to get a little bit lower than Cy Lynch down the back straightaway. Lynch able to hold him off. Behind them, it's the 24 of Rico Abreu. He gets to the cushion on the exit of turn number 4, coming after Gio Scelzi at the battle for a top 5 position. Cy Lynch looking for 2nd off at turn number 4. Cannot make the pass on Brent Marks. He'll look to the inside into turn number 1. Goes through the middle. Doesn't work out for him. Marks back around the outside. And Marks, even with that battle with Cy Lynch, took 3/10 out of the lead of Aaron Reitzel. Reitzel runs the middle off at turn number 4. Brent Marks has the cushion wire down the front straightaway. He takes another half-second out of the lead that time.
Back of the field coming into view as Reitzel takes it onto the back straightaway. Lynch again around the bottom, able to pull up next to the 19. Marks with a better run by a half a car as they work into turns 3 and 4. Lynch now going to have the advantage to the inside. Can he hold it and take the 2nd spot? He can. Starting to close in on Reitzel, 7/10 of a second. Keep an eye on Lynch as he'll close in more. Oh, get right in front of him. Got one around.
Jimmy Light, the car spinning in turn 2. 20 laps remaining. Reitzel on the gas a little early there, trying to catch the field off guard, and he'll show him down the front straightaway.
He restarted the inside, immediately going to go back to the cushion here as they work into turns 1 and 2, trying to rebuild that momentum. Now in high limit competition, you can adjust the wing, but you also have a shock adjustment in the car. So the question is, was maybe a little twisted and turning going on there? Is Reitzel going to get back on the horse here and quickly pulls away from Cy Lynch as Giovanni Scelzi going to close in to try to take the 2nd position away.
Scelzi's gotten by Brent Marks on the restart as Scelzi's down on the inside line, a little bit lower than Cy Lynch as they almost go side by side into turn number 3. Lynch misses the bottom off the inside in turn number 4. You got a new 2nd place car. It's Giovanni Scelzi.
Genos Energy number 7 up into the 2nd spot. Brent Marks trying to take 3rd. He'll roll up to the cushion. He's got his Cy Lynch. The car kind of waning a little bit here on the restart.
Red flag upside down big time in turn 4. I believe it's JJ Hickle. Upside down in a large way. Brenham Crouch also involved with damage to the top wing on the CJB Motorsports entry. That was a wild incident there. Green flag comes back out. Reitzel's on the throttle. Rico, a good start, kind of muscles the 7BC out of the way to take the 2nd spot away into turn number 1. Rico tries a slider on Reitzel, can't get there, and Ashton Torgerson takes 3rd off at turn number 2 for a moment.
Rico knowing exactly what he needed to do to get up into that 2nd spot. Scelzi holds on to 3rd, but keep an eye on the 1A. Now vacating the bottom, bringing it up the racetrack here to the front straightway. See if Torgerson can get a run as he takes it back to the inside line with your top 2 drivers up on the fence through turns 1 and 2. Rico in pursuit.
Rico and Aaron Reitzel, they were 1-2 last night, but it was Reitzel stealing the win with 2 laps to go. Rico is looking for some payback here tonight, closing in on the Ridge & Sons Racing number 87 into turn number 1. Rico separated by 5 car lengths, sent it to their 5 car lengths back to Giovanni Scelzi. Ashton Torgerson runs in 4th, and Tanner Thorson's back into the top 5.
On the inside of 3 to the high side of the exit to number 4. That's going to cost us some time. Rico brings 2 tenths off, takes it down to the inside for the race lead. Rico across the racetrack, plugs the cushion onto the back straightaway. Can't hold on to it. Reitzel back to his inside. The 87 holds on to it. Both drivers to the middle of turn 3. Rico up to the cushion, the exit to number 4's got the run once again. He's on the back bumper of Aaron Reitzel.
Good stuff at the front of the field now. Reitzel on the defensive and in turn 1. Gets to the cushion on the exit of turn number 2. Rico turns it down the hill with a run. They're side by side for the race lead, the 4 Crown Nationals. Rico takes away into turn number 3. He gets to the cushion. Abreu off the top of turn number 4. He'll lead this time by across the start-finish line.
Rico comes around to lead with 24 laps completed. Reitzel trying the inside-out move, can't get there. Rico charges onto the back straightaway and is gone in an instant. That time gets her up a little bit too hard into the cushion of the entry of 3. Not slowing him down, though, the exit to number 4. As Selzy now trying to close in on Reitzel to challenge for second.
Rico, Abreu as Reitzel just clobber the fence in turn number 1. Ricochets off the wall, and that's going to give the second spot to Giovanni Selzy. Selzy's got second, and this time by they got 4 laps to go. Can Selzy somehow make a charge here late in the race to take the win?
Got a wall of lap traffic right in front of Rico as they're getting ready to come to the wave of the white flag.
Rico comes around turn number 4. 1 lap to go at the NK Telco 4 Crown Nationals. Lost it on the final restart with 2 laps to go last night. He is going to pass Aaron Reitzel this time and get some payback. Into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. For the 11th time this year, he's a winner with Kubota High-Limit Racing. It's Rico Abreu in the 4 Crown. Second goes to Giovanni Selzy. Third to Aaron Reitzel. Fourth, Ashton Torgerson. And fifth is Justin Peck. Fantastic action both nights at Eldora Speedway last weekend with High-Limit Racing for the 4 Crown Nationals. One of the best events of the year with all of the USAC divisions. And looking forward to getting back there next year already. We see that the trucks are still making their way around the racetrack as of right now, getting themselves prepared, getting the track prepared for heat race action. Let's go downstairs now. It sounds like we are ready for opening ceremonies tonight at the Kingdom of Speed, Bridgeport Motorsports Park. Tony Laporta, down to you.
Thanks very much, Chase. We are here just outside the front straightaway as our expedited program continues to pick up speed. Bridgeport, how are you guys feeling up there tonight? I love it. I love it. I love it, especially when we're close to the grandstands and we can get a good look and a good sound from this crowd. So we're not going to waste any time. You guys okay with that? We want to get cars on track, so we will begin official opening ceremonies at this time. If all of you who are here in attendance with us can please rise. We're going to welcome from Racers for Christ to lead us in tonight's invocation. Would you please welcome Miss Lori Cutter.
Thank you, Tony. Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Father God, we stand together tonight at Bridgeport Motorsports Park in New Jersey, anticipating an exciting night of Kubota High-Limit Racing, and that we are grateful for. We gather tonight in community, both here and on FloRacing. Lord, I pray as we anticipate the first heat race of the night, that your presence and peace is felt in a mighty way. Thank you, Lord, for your divine protection over this entire facility, keeping our drivers, teams, officials, and staff, as well as our fans and our military, incredibly safe tonight. Jesus, thank you for loving us even in our brokenness. You offer us victory every day for those that follow you. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Lori. Fans, please rise or remain standing. Gentlemen, please remove cover as we honor America with the playing of tonight's national anthem. Well, Bridgeport, what do you say? Are you ready to go racing? It is time to get cars on track. It is time to go racing at the Kingdom, and that means it's time to go all in with Kubota High-Limit Racing.
Never gonna slack. No, I'm never gonna slack. No, I'm never gonna slack.
The first of 3 heat races is brought to you by the folks at TJ Forged Wheels. They only build forged aluminum wheels using proprietary tooling and exclusive manufacturing processes that clearly elevate our wheels above the competition. Product quality, product safety, and exceptional customer service is what we do. We lead where others follow. Don't settle for close enough. It's TJ Forged. Here is the lineup in heat race number 1. On the pole from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, driving the Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, Juniata Concrete number 13, it's Dason Pursley. And starting second from Fresno, California, in the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, LA's Custom Trailers and Cards, Brand Professional Agriculture, Gainbridge, number 7 BC, Hot Sauce, Giovanni Selzy. Starting in third from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, in the Weikert's Livestock, SpeedwayCars.com, York Excavating, RV 4-wheel drive, number 48, Danny Dietrich. And he is outside your fast time qualifier tonight from Clute, Texas, in the Falcons Brothers Trucking Power Plus, STC, American Table Bargain Barn, number 87, Aaron Reitzel. Rolling off inside of row number 3 from Vincenttown, New Jersey, in the Mid-Atlantic Transportation, J.G. Cronenberger, Milky Way Restaurant, RBH Group, number 67, it's Justin Whittall. And it was outside from Mertztown, Pennsylvania, in the Vital Options Medical Marijuana, ASF Motorsports, Ryan Taylor Graphics, CP Corolla, number 20, it's Ryan Taylor. Starting in the 7th position from East Berlin, Pennsylvania, in the Brewer Home Improvements, J Fuels, Bingham Appraisals, Griffith Plumbing, number 95, Cody Hartlob. And it was outside from Rising Sun, Maryland, and the A1 Mulch, Rapid Tire, Arts Custom Machine, the Frozen Farmer, number 27H, Steven Snyder Jr. Your final row on the inside from Lewis, Delaware, in the Capital Renegade, Easy Go, Betts Garage 91, Preston Latimus. And your final starter from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, in the Hampel Oil, Joel Pitch and Trucking, Raw Machinery, CP Mining and Excavating, number 10, Ryan Timms. 10 cars. They will go 8 laps around Bridgeport Motorsports Park. The top 6 finishers will go to the feature. The rest will go to the B main. Whoever wins the heat race will go to the dash, and the fastest qualifier to transfer, that being Aaron Reitzel, as long as he stays in the top 6, he will also go to the dash with that heat race winner. If Reitzel can make his way from 4th to the win, that would mean he gets the ace in the hole, and he would automatically be on the pole of tonight's dash. And that would mean the 2nd place finisher in the heat race would go to the dash as well if Reitzel was able to win. Now, if Reitzel falls out of the top 6, that would mean the winner and the 2nd place car would then go to tonight's dash. We are pushing cars off now for our first heat race of the night. Presented by TJ Forged Wheels, 10 cars strong. Once again, 8 laps, and the top 6 going to the A main event. HendrickCars.com pace truck is about to pull onto the racetrack, and the field will get in behind the pace truck. Now, Danny Sams, he is tonight's High Roller Playlist driver. Well, why is that, you might say? Well, number 1, I felt like it, and number 2, this is probably the closest we'll get to the Florida man's home for the rest of the year. And so I figured, hey, we're in proximity, I guess, of Florida, is at least as close as we've been for a long time. We might as well let Danny Sams have the aux cable tonight and listen to his High Roller playlist. So the music you hear during the heat races, the B main, the dash, and the feature, coming directly from a playlist that Danny Sams, a Rookie of the Year contender with the series, put together at the beginning of the season. Drivers getting a lap or 2 to buzz in the racing surface. We did have a couple of raindrops that fell between qualifying and opening ceremonies, so we wanted to make sure the track was in good shape and these drivers are not in any danger as far as having slippery conditions when we go to the green flag. HendrickCars.com pace truck in turn number 2. Field getting in behind. Here's the first song off the playlist of Danny Sams. Elephant, Ain't No Rest for the Wicked, on the playlist of Danny Sams III. Lights are out, we're going green next time by in TJ Forged Heat Race number 1. On the front row, Dason Pursley next to Giovanni Scelzi. Row number 2, Danny Dietrich and Aaron Reitzel. Row 3, Justin Whittall and Ryan Taylor. Row 4, Cody Hartlob and Steven Snyder Jr. And row number 5 by himself, Preston Latimus as Ryan Timms. We saw the problems in qualifying. He is a scratch for this heat race. Green lights at the chalk stripe in turn number 4, and we are underway. Great start on the outside for Scelzi, and he's going to have the race lead into the final transfer position as Aaron Reitzel closes in on Dason Pursley for second into turn number 1. Pursley runs the middle, Reitzel down on the bottom as Giovanni Scelzi stretches his legs out front to nearly a 15-car length advantage at the completion of lap number 3. 3 in and 5 to go for Hot Sauce, a former winner here at Bridgeport back in 2022 during the Sprinttober. Coming around this time by 4 in and 4 to go for Scelzi. Track still very, very fast. Only about 2 or so lanes off the inside of the racetrack. Overcast conditions all day long, going to make this track fast at the early part of the night. 3 laps to go for Giovanni Scelzi. You see him on your screen there. Did have a couple of starts, get the Outlaws here as well. He ran 9th with them back in 2021. He'll come around this time by and see the 2 to go signal from the flag stand. Dason Pursley has gotten away from Aaron Reitzel for that second position. Reitzel now 6 car lengths behind the boot, Motorsports number 13. Justin Whittall in 4th, Danny Dietrich in 5th, and Ryan Taylor in the final transfer spot. Here's the white flag, 1 lap to go. Scelzi now on the same straightaway as the back of the field, but it's not going to matter because he's coming to the checker this time by. Gio is going to win heat race number 1. Dason Pursley in 2nd, Aaron Reitzel 3rd, Justin Whittall 4th, Danny Dietrich 5th, and Ryan Taylor final transfer spot in 6th. A lightning fast TJ Ford's heat race number 1 goes to Giovanni Scelzi. He gets the win and goes to tonight's dash. 2nd, Dason Pursley. 3rd, Aaron Reitzel. He will also go to the dash. 4th, Justin Whittall. 5th, Danny Dietrich. And 6th, Ryan Taylor. Steven Snyder Jr., Preston Latimus, Cody Hartlob, and Ryan Timms will be going to tonight's B main. Heat race number 2 is brought to you by the folks at DMI Racing Components. Here is the lineup for heat race number 2. On the pole from Grass Valley, California, in the Napa Auto Parts, Bruno's Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory, Kane Curry Pro Solutions, number 49. It's the Big Cat Brad Sweet. And outside of him from Waco, Texas, in the All By Your Alternative, Infamous Inc. Bush's Chicken, Flat Rock Ranch, Trex Decking, number 9. The Quickest Chicken, Chase Randall. Starting 3rd from Lincoln University, Pennsylvania, in the Bush Auto Group, Fast Track Trucking, Stevie Carr, Betts Garage, number 5R, it's Tyler Ross. And starting from 4th out of Northport, Florida, in the Global Link, Moxie Sports Advisors, NRC Truck Conversions, Tar Heel Property Group, Easter Metal Signs, number 24D, Danny Sams III. Starting in 5th from Harding, Pennsylvania, in the C&E Rigging Mechanical Service Company, White Bread Enterprises, Slade Shocks 79, Jordan Thomas. And it was outside from Jonestown, Pennsylvania. It's the Moose's LZ Bar and Grill, Heavy Equipment, C&E Rigging, Milton Hershey School, number 3, Z Brock Zierfoss. Your 7th starter from Lubbock, Texas, in the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Landis, ShopTruckParts.com, FieldPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, number 5, Brenham Crouch. And your 8th starter in this one from Apollo, Pennsylvania, car number 42, it's Cy Lynch in the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting and Coating, Mountain Mechanical, MAV Motorsports, number 42. And your final starter is from Berlin, New Jersey. It's the Body Shop by DeEva, Primo Hoagies, Open Wheel Titanium, number 85, Ricky DeEva. DMI Racing Components are built with the precision of skilled machinists and the common sense of winning racers. Located in the heart of Central Pennsylvania, you can find us every week participating in the sport we love. You race, we race, let's race together. It's DMI Racing Components. So Danny Sams with a great qualifying effort here tonight. The Florida man, it's his Bridgeport debut, qualified 2nd overall. As long as he stays inside that top 6, he will be going to tonight's dash along with the heat race winner in this one. And we mentioned it there at the first heat race. We're going to be listening to the songs that Danny Sams handpicked on his playlist at the beginning of the year. Here is another one from Fleetwood Mac off his High Roller playlist. that song. Every single word is known by Tony Laporta. It's one of his favorites. As we're coming to green this time by, the HinderCars.com pace truck pulls into the infield. Brad Sweet and Chase Randall, row 1. Tyler Ross and Danny Sams in row number 2. Jordan Thomas in row number 3 alongside of Brock Zierfosslin, Brenham Crouch, Cy Lynch, and Ricky DeEva. Green lights come on. And down the front straightaway, we are side by side between Brad Sweet and Chase Randall. Randall tries to go a lane higher than Sweet into turn 1. He's got to run down the backstretch, but nowhere to go with it. And it looks like the Napa Auto Parts 49 is going to have the race lead into turns 3 and 4. Randall pulls up next to him, but Sweet shakes free off of turn number 4. He'll lead lap number 1. Brad Sweet with the race lead. Chase Randall sitting in 2nd. Danny Sams in 3rd. Brock Zierfoss 4th. 5th is Tyler Ross. Around the outside goes Cy Lynch. He'll take the final transfer away from Jordan Thomas. Cy Lynch around the outside, getting by the 79 of Thomas. And the next car in line is the 5 of Brenham Crouch. Brenham Crouch losing some ground in that battle for the final spot to make it to the feature between Lynch and Jordan Thomas as they both look to track down the 5R of Tyler Ross. Tyler Ross at 5th, though. Close call in turn 2. Jordan Thomas using all the racetrack to get a hold of that thing. Almost clipped the wall down there, falls to the tail end of the field. Driving to Harding, Pennsylvania, nearly ended in disaster there in heat race number 2. Oh, and a problem for second place car. The quickest chickens off the pace. Chase Randall with a problem. And yellow lights come on as Chase Randall, who was running in 2nd, has an issue. Chase Randall, who was entering here tonight off of 3 top 10 finishes in a row, has an issue running in the 2nd position, and he is going to need some help to get that car back to the pit area. And that is unfortunate to see for the Rookie of the Year contender, who looked like had things going the right direction again. And now he will have to partake in tonight's B-Main. Let's take a look here at what happened to Jordan Thomas, who was battling for a transfer spot. You see him on the left side of your screen here, just behind Cy Lynch, the 79 car. Goes into turn 1. I mentioned that rough spot earlier on, and man, oh man. It doesn't get any closer to that than that, to getting upside down for Jordan Thomas. Brad Sweet brings the field back to green. Sweet shows the way into turn 1 with Danny Sams now in 2nd. Brock Zierfoss underneath of Sams, but Danny able to hold him off. Tyler Ross and Cy Lynch, they were side by side momentarily off of turn number 2 as Jordan Thomas fights with Ricky DeEva to go by for the 7th position. Jordan Thomas back to 7th, 1 spot out of the feature, looking to track down the 5 of Brenham Crouch in the later stages of this heat race. Track still very, very narrow here at Bridgeport Motorsports Park. Not much room to work with out there. Maybe 2.5 lanes wide off the bottom. White flag set to come out this time by for Brad Sweet. He and Danny Sams looking to punch their ticket into tonight's dash. Everybody equidistant around the Bridgeport Motorsports Park as here is the checkered flag. Brad Sweet wins heat race number 2. Danny Sams 2nd, Brock Zierfoss 3rd, Tyler Ross 4th, Cy Lynch 5th, and Brenham Crouch holds off Jordan Thomas at the finish. So it is Brad Sweet, your heat race number 2 winner. He's going to tonight's dash along with Danny Sams the 3rd. Brock Zierfoss in 3rd, Tyler Ross 4th, Cy Lynch 5th, Brenham Crouch final transfer in P6. Jordan Thomas, Ricky DeEva, and Chase Randall, all 3 heading to tonight's B-Main. Next on the agenda, it's going to be BR Motorsports Heat Race number 3. On the pole of this one from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, and the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrew Equipment Auctions, Babs Paint, Livewire Customs number 19, it's Brent Marks. And starting 2nd from York, Pennsylvania, and the Mountain Ridge Metals, Hohenschel Welding, Traco Manufacturing, GL Capital number 23, it's Chase Dietz. Starting 3rd from Aromas, California, it is Justin Sanders driving the Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, Sencal Services, S&J Lumber, Tally, Sander Engineering number 14, and it was is outside. It's the current series point leader. He is from St. Helena, California, and the Red Wine Express. Rico Abreu, Kerr Jane Racing, Whiskey Myers, Weiser Agency, Carmen Trucking, number 24, Rico Abreu. Starting 5th from Monrovia, Indiana, and the Skagit Speedway Race Routine Foundation. 4th Performance, Hagen Realty Routine Management, 26, Justin Peck. And it was outside from Newtown, Pennsylvania, and the Thompson Motor Service, IGA Middleburg, 410 Enterprises Fire and Safety Services, number 11, Mikey Thompson. And starting in the 7th spot from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, it's the JST Motorsports, The Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Kane, Maxima Racing Oils, number 88, Tanner Thorson. And it was outside from Bridgeton, New Jersey, and the M&M Housing, JC Fabrication, Apollo Pre-Owned, Betts Garage, number 00, Kyle Spence. And your final starter is from Warrington, Pennsylvania, and the Karma Industrial Services, Bloss Plumbing, Glendale Labradors, A.H. Cornell and Son, 55, Dominic Malaire. When it comes to buying sprint car parts, there's only one place to shop, and that is BR Motorsports. With over 250,000 parts in stock, BR Motorsports only sells the best parts by the best manufacturers like King Racing Products, MSD Ignition, Kaiser Wheels, and Triple X Chassis. Good look. Just outside of the Bridgeport Motorsports Park at the Delaware River, and social media expert with High Limit Racing, Brian Walker, has reminded me about 14 times in the last 24 hours that George Washington crossed that river. He really wanted me to know that. And George Washington, Brian Walker, if you did not know, he's on the dollar bill. So he crossed that river and he's on the dollar bill. So I don't know if Brian Walker's been watching the History Channel here recently or what, but he is really into the Delaware River. Pace truck on the backstretch. The 9 drivers in this one will catch up to it, and we will go green the next time by for BR Motorsports Heat Race number 3. While we wait, here is another song to listen to. A little Green Day on Danny Sam's High Roller playlist. As we come to green this time by Brent Marks and Chase Dietz in row number 1, Justin Sanders and Rico Abreu in row number 2, Justin Peck and Mikey Thompson in row 3, Tanner Thorson and Kyle Spence, and Dominic Malaire set to come to the green this time. Green lights come on, we're underway. Nice start on the outside. There's some contact down the front straightaway. Chase Dietz and Brent Marks got together. Dietz is still on the throttle around the outside. He's going to maintain that second spot over Justin Sanders. Rico gets slid by the 26 of Justin Peck. Peck takes 4th away. Rico down the racetrack, tries to take it back away, cannot do it. Chase Dietz is fired up in this one after the start. Gets a run on Marks down the back straightaway to the inside. Not even making anything happen there. Into turn number 3. Marks runs a low, gets to the cushion on the exit of turn number 4. Dietz tries to get a run down the front straightaway. They are nose to tail into turn number 1. Good race here in heat race number 3, and Dietz has another run down the back straightaway. Nothing to do with it there. Marks once again plays a little defensive entering the 3rd corner. Chase Dietz pressuring him big time down the front straightaway. Justin Peck, another pass made. He gets by the 14 of Justin Sanders. Peck up into 3rd now. He got by Rico and not got by Justin Sanders. 4 in and 4 to go. Chase Dietz is not out of this one yet, as he muscles his way through turn number 1, bouncing around all over the place. Oh, upside down big time in turn 2. Big time upside down. That's the 11 of Mikey Thompson. Mikey Thompson, the driver from Newtown, Pennsylvania, getting upside down in turn number 2. Was running in the 7th position, one shy of a transfer to the feature before this incident in turn number 2 happened. We saw the issue for Jordan Thomas earlier on in heat race number 2. He almost did the exact same thing. Mikey Thompson finished the deal there in a big, big way. So Mikey Thompson, waiting to hear an update on him. And we are hearing the driver is okay. Mikey Thompson is okay in turn number 2. Mikey Thompson does have quite a bit of experience here at Bridgeport. He ran 3rd with the URC 360s back on September 20th of this year. Best run in a 4:10 was 11th here last year during a non-sanctioned event. As we'll take a look at the replay, and I can already guess as to what happened here to Mikey Thompson. Going into turn 1, we're on the FloRacing drone, top right of your screen. You see him on the now top left of your screen coming down the front straightaway. And Thompson goes into the corner and upside down big time. It is quite rough entering the first corner here tonight at Bridgeport. We saw that early on during hot laps. Noted a couple of cars that were bouncing around all over the place, and there is Mikey Thompson walking away from the accident scene, talking with the safety officials here at Bridgeport, along with the MedStar officials with Kubota High-Limit Racing. And Mikey Thompson just getting started here in 410 sprint car racing. This is his second year behind the wheel of 410. Ran earlier this year with High-Limit Racing at the Grandview Speedway in Bechtelsville, Pennsylvania. Unable to qualify for that feature. His best 410 run of the year, a second place result that came at the Port Royal Speedway on July 19th. And there is what's left of Mikey Thompson's car as it gets towed back to the pit area. But good to see that driver hop out of the car under his own power and walk away. When we go back to green, it's Brent Marks with the lead. Chase Dietz in second. Justin Peck has had a pretty solid heat race so far, from 5th up to 3rd, getting by Rico Abreu and Justin Sanders. Sanders sits in 4th, Abreu in 5th, and Tanner Thorson currently rounds out the transfer cars in 6th spot. Kyle Spence and Dominic Malaire will be the other two drivers that are on the track. When we go back to green, they are not going to be in transfer positions with a handful of laps to go. Quite the close call on the original start between Marks and Chase Dietz. It looked like, at least from the press box here, that they may have bumped tires going down the straightaway. And it looked like Dietz was a man on a mission to try and get back by Marks, and he was fun to watch. Went up into where the Cabbage Patch Kids hang out in turn 1 and 2, above the, I guess what you would call the cushion up there. He was really getting after it, trying to get a run on Brent Marks. Has not been able to make the pass quite yet. As there is Marks on your screen with that beautiful paint scheme. One of the best paint schemes of the year, in my opinion. Ran it at the Knoxville Nationals and ran it last night to a win at Williams Grove Speedway. Let's see a replay here of the start. If you take a look at the Ford Performance big screen in the infield, you'll see what happens here. Marks and Dietz off the front row. And maybe I saw things wrong, but we'll see if that is the case here. They come down the straightaways. It almost looked like maybe Marks was coming at the racetrack and Dietz had to get on the brakes there. And then Dietz, after that, was had a fire under him, that's for sure, trying to get back up to the 19. Looks like everything has been cleaned up down there in turn number 2. And we should be able to fire the cars off here momentarily, as there is a look at Rico sitting in the 5th position. As long as he stays in the top 6, and he knows it, all he's got to do is stay in the top 6, and he will go to tonight's dash. Comes in with a 28-point lead in the owners' point standings with High-Limit Racing. And a little bit of a bigger lead when it comes to the drivers' point standings. 72 points over Brad Sweet in the drivers' standings as well. Rico, the one and only High-Limit Racing feature winner here at Bridgeport in the past. Rico, an 11-time winner this season with Kubota High-Limit Racing. It looks like Rico's back bumper. What's going on with the back bumper on Rico's car? I'm not sure where that could have happened at, but Rico's back bumper appears to be bent down underneath the tail tank almost. Tony.
Yeah, Chase, I'm not positive, but when all that hullabaloo started at the beginning of this heat race, Rico, a row back, I think had to check up and kind of avoid getting involved in everything going on up in front of him. I don't know. I saw him kind of take evasive maneuver to the right, and he started this race on the outside lane anyway. So you wonder if maybe perhaps somebody could have gotten into the back end on the initial start here when, I don't know what that replay, I was over in turn 2, so I didn't get a chance to see that comp cam's replay, but I would guess that that probably could have resulted from him getting out of the gas on the initial start here a little while ago.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense, Tony, as we're coming back to Kareem. A handful of laps to go in our final heat race of the night. Brent Marks back on the throttle. We are back underway for the single file restart. Here comes Justin Peck to the inside of Chase Dietz, and now Peck is from 5th up into 2nd in the heat race. Not very often you see that when it comes to wing sprint car heat races, but Justin Peck is defying the odds here tonight. Makes his way up into the 2nd position. Now he's looking to track down Brent Marks. He'll have 2 laps to go this time by to try and get the win. Rico Abreu able to shake off the 88 car of Tanner Thorson off of turn number 2 as Thorson got to the left rear, but Abreu was able to fend him off. Brent Marks 2 laps away from a dash position. Justin Peck 7 car lengths behind him entering turn number 3. White flag, 1 lap to go for the Murray Marks Racing 19. Brent Marks, a little momentum on his side after a Williams Grove Speedway local show win here last night. He'll carry that. He'll parlay it into a win in the heat race here tonight, and he'll go to the dash. Justin Peck 2nd, Chase Dietz 3rd, Justin Sanders in 4th, Rico Abreu 5th, and 6th will be Tanner Thorson. So here are your results from the final heat race. Brent Marks will get the win and go to the dash. Justin Peck in 2nd, Chase Dietz in 3rd, Justin Sanders 4th, and Rico Abreu 5th. He will go to the dash as well, with Tanner Thorson grabbing the final transfer spot over Kyle Spence, Dominic Belair, and Mikey Thompson. Heat race action is completed, and with the hurry-up program that we are doing here tonight, with the rain that is in the area, we're trying to get this race and this entire program completed. We will forego the wheel spin that we normally do with High Limit to set the FK Rodden's dash lineup. Instead, they will draw cards at the command center, so no wheel when we